Welcome back to another edition of the Weekly Edit. And I just wanted to share that it is my little guy, Max's birthday tomorrow. He's turning 11. And if I think about when he was born, he had such a tough time when he was born. And who he is now, my heart just expands because he is just the most amazing little guy. Anyway, so let's start. So, one of today's topic is going to be about one of the most powerful skills that you can learn as a human being, and especially us autism parents, and that is to observe ourselves with compassion. So it's not there to fix ourselves or to judge ourselves or to analyze ourselves to death. It's just simply to observe ourselves. And when I say observe, I want you to imagine stepping a half a step back from your thoughts and your feelings and your reactions, the things that you do every day, and just look at yourself with a bit of love and curiosity. Because within you, all of these things are at play all of the time. So there is your mind, which thinks your thoughts, and then there's your body, which feels your emotions, and then there's your behavior, which is how you act and respond and cope. And then there's this world around you and the circumstances that you are living inside. And most of us have all of these layers. We live in all of these layers, but we don't notice them, we don't separate them, and we don't question them. We just are them. And this is where a lot of our suffering comes from. When we do the mindset work, the coaching work, the journaling, or the self inquiry, what we're really doing is placing ourselves into a position of the compassionate observer. The observer is that part of us that you notice this is what I'm thinking right now. This is what I'm feeling right now. This is how I'm responding without needing to fix things in that moment. And the magic of this is the moment that you observe yourself, you create space for yourself. Space from the overwhelm, all the big things, the reactivity, the emotional flooding. This is why practicing coaching and journaling and meditation and reflection feels grounded because it reminds you that your mind is not all there is. You have a mind, but you also have awareness of your mind. And you've got emotions, but you also have awareness of your emotions. And that awareness is freedom. So, something important to understand, especially if you get frustrated with mindset, you cannot you can't control your thoughts. You can manage them, but you can't control them because thoughts arise and then your emotions are going to follow. And especially if your nervous system is under huge amount of strain, which is most of us as parents of autism, your system has likely been like under long-term pressure. So those reactions are going to happen. But while we can't stop the thoughts from appearing, you can choose whether you stay in them. So you can observe them and you can meet them with compassion. And this is what emotional maturity actually looks like. It doesn't mean that you are calm all the time, but being able to notice where you are not. Now, one of the reasons compassionate observation matters so much right now is because we are living in a world that is saturated with negativity. We are exposed to more information and crises and fear than anyone in any other time. And the world, however, has always been 50-50. On the one hand, it is beautiful, and on the other hand, it's brutal. On the one hand, it is kind, and on the other side, it is terrifying. But now the brutal part is constantly streaming into our nervous system because of all the stuff we're taking in. And if we're not paying attention, our minds can very easily slip into the habit of negativity. And especially for us parents navigating autism, we've got uncertainty, we have got medical and school systems, we've got which therapy is the best, finances, all the emotions that come up. And we can start feeling justified. We can start feeling automatic, and it can feel like it's not an option. And this is where observation becomes really essential. It's not there to take away the reality, but to prevent your mind from just living in that negativity or that spectrum of negativity permanently. Because when you step into compassionate observation, your tone changes. You become a lot more curious. You become non-judgmental, kind, and patient. And you're no longer asking, what's wrong with me? Or what's going on with me? Think of it like a wise, loving presence inside of you that says, I see you. I'm listening. Tell me what's happening. Help me understand. This is the energy that creates change. Excuse me. One of the most practical ways to practice compassionate observation is through a thought download. Okay. And it's not fancy and it's not judgmental and it doesn't have to be positive. It is just writing all your thoughts down on a piece of paper. Just dump everything down. Everything that's on your mind, put it on a piece of paper. It's like eavesdropping on your thoughts. Don't edit, don't judge, don't censor. And especially for us parents who carry so much internally, we can feel like it's a relief just to vomit all these thoughts onto our paper, because then they lose their power when they are seen, those thoughts. You stop being at the mercy of your mind and you start working with it. Now, you won't always have a notebook nearby. So here are some questions that will shift you into observer mode, even in the middle of a chaotic day. So the first one, you could say, what's the matter, love? Just feel the tone, loving. Help me to understand what's going on right now. You're not interrogating, you're listening to yourself. What are you feeling right now? Drop into your body one word: sad, angry, peaceful, calm, resentful. And once you name that feeling, you also create a little bit of distance, and that distance creates a bit of relief as well. Why am I choosing to think this right now? Just take responsibility for that thought. Because while those thoughts are appearing automatically, we choose which ones we continue to believe. A thought only creates emotion if you believe it. I'm failing hurts because you believe it. I'm doing the best I can soothes you if you believe it. Truth is not black and white. There is a ton of gray in between. And life is that. Life exists on a spectrum. And you can always find evidence for both sides. So choose which side serves you. Choose which side works for you. Ask, which thought serves me right now? Especially when we're in this season of intensity and navigate regulation, dysregulation that comes from all our thinking, and try kinder thinking. Much of our suffering comes from comparing reality to an imagined version of how things should be. Parenting, our parenting, autism parenting, should look different, but it's not. You could think, it should be easier for my child, and it's not. You may be thinking, I should cope better, and I'm not. Life should be calmer, and it's not. But when we can compare what is to an idealized version in our mind, we create chronic dissatisfaction. We create chronic bleh. Compassionate observation invites you to meet the reality, but with honesty. And from that place, your actions, whatever things you do, become wiser. You think better. All right, so when you practice observing yourself with compassion, something beautiful happens. You extend grace outwards to your child, to your partner, to professionals, to the world. You stop making yourself wrong for being human in this complex life. And from that place, you don't become passive. You become more grounded. You become more clear. You become more powerful because you are no longer fighting yourself. You're no longer fighting what is. And your energy then becomes available for living. And this is not about positivity. It's about being present. It's about presence. It's about learning to sit with yourself and not abandoning yourself. So then next time you feel overwhelmed or you have a big reaction or you feel heavy, just pause and ask yourself, what's the matter, love? Help me understand. And remember, the observer within you is always available. All right, my friends, that's what I have for you today. So I am always up for and open to discussion. So you're welcome to drop me a line or to join me over in the private Facebook group. All right, till next week. Bye.